3, 2, 1, again. Again, I keep restarting this video. I keep trying to come up with the perfect video for you guys to display what I'm trying to say to you guys, okay? It's not ever going to be perfect. Just like the comment you guys are going to write, okay, on, this is pathetic. I want to say AKA, but let me give you their actual name. I get it confused sometimes. American Kratom Association. The comment that you guys will be writing is not going to be perfect. Nobody wants it to be perfect, okay? You don't have to have the most compelling story for the government. You don't have to have it, okay? There's already so many great stories out there about people's real life experiences with everything we know that Kratom battles. Chronic pain, depression, okay, anxiety, okay? I'm sure that's something everybody on the planet can relate to. Anxiety, you know, life and death situations, people being suicidally, you know, disappointed with life for whatever reason. You know, just natural well-being they should get from Kratom. Okay, just everything. There's so many benefits to Kratom, and whether you know all of them, whether you can list all of them, whether you know all of the financial benefits to Kratom, whether you know all of the legal parameters of it, whether you know anything about Kratom, you can contribute to this movement. Okay, this right here is a movement within Gll Okay, it doesn't even matter if you use Kratom. It doesn't matter if you've ever. It doesn't matter if this is your first time hearing about it. If you are on Gll website, you need to be a part of this movement. Period. Say that again. If you are on this website, you need to be a part of this movement. Okay, if you're subscribed, if you're subscribed to Gll, which I believe about 12,000 people are, you should have gotten an email this morning that basically called us to arms. I think this is the first favor Gll has ever asked of his community. Period. I can't think of anything else. Nope, nothing. Can't think of anything. And we all know that it will only take a couple seconds to write in a comment. So what's gonna be stopping half of us? What's gonna be stopping more than half you guys who see this video, who see all of Gll other posts? What's gonna stop you from not making the deadline of December 1st? I thought about it, and I feel like it's going to be motivation. Because why did I wait till today to write in a comment? I mean, I'm somebody who's obviously benefited from Kratom. I'm somebody who has advocated it more than, you know, maybe anybody on the entire forum. And I did that in a space of like just a couple months. Why haven't I written in a comment? Well, I would say a lack of true motivation. So I think I can relate to anybody who knows about Kratom who has not posted a comment yet, and you plan on doing it very soon because you only got like 48 hours. I think I can relate to all you guys. So that's why I think I'm making this video. I'm not here to just ramble. I'm really going to try to define, you know, what you guys' motivation should be. Because anybody who has a personal, a compelling personal story, or maybe a close friend or close family member, you know, somebody who's been addicted to drugs, who has found Kratom to, you know, get them off of the drugs, you know, get them off all the painkillers and everything else. Maybe you've met somebody who just has such severe anxiety, you know, other you know, prescription medications weren't working for them, and maybe Kratom, you know, might have been the answer for them. It does not matter what if I could name every possible benefit of Kratom and list it out in my comment, it wouldn't matter. Okay, there's more information that the American Kratom Association has compiled. There's more information in Good Looking Losers. You know, Chris D's, all of his information. None of us individually are ever going to have anywhere near as much information as them. What needs to be done and has been done is pretty much, you know, the majority of people who have made a comment on AK's website, which will be sent to the government, okay, in an attempt to not allow Kratom to be legalized in any fact, not be prohibited whatsoever. the majority of the people who write in are educated on this topic. Okay, they have personal stories to elaborate on. Okay, and as long as the majority of the people who write in aren't just writing, hey, I'm against the prohibition of kratom. I support kratom. Signed whatever your name is, John Hancock. If the majority of people are doing that, I wouldn't personally find that very compelling from the government's perspective, legislation. But I don't believe that's what the majority is doing. I believe that most everybody who put in a comment long before now, they're the people who are finding out about this movement on their own. They're not finding out about it through something like GllKratom.com. They're finding out about it because they are actively engaged in the well-being of kratom and people who use it, to improve their lives. Okay, so these are the types of people who have the stories, who are educated because they found sources like AKA. Okay, and they don't just believe media hoaxes and everything of that nature. Okay, these people's stories, they're there. Okay. But as I was mentioning, or I think I mentioned, it's not a problem if you don't have, a very compelling personal story around kratom. Maybe you found it, through Good Looking Loser, and you just had anxiety, and you really wanted to give it a shot and see if you could go out, have some, and go out to a social setting and see if you could be a better person. See if you could take that inhibition out of your life. Maybe that's what happened to you. That's not that compelling of a story. But it doesn't matter, okay? My sister gave me this bracelet, okay? My sister's never given me anything in her entire life. Up until about a month ago, she gave me this bracelet, okay? I'm not making this up. She said she bought 2 of these just to make sure what they said is in here is in here. Supposedly, in this black bead, there's mud from the Dead Sea, okay? And in this white bead, I don't recall, but there's supposed to be some water, okay, from a beautiful waterfall that's found in the world. And it's supposed to represent basically the highs and the lows in life, okay, and everything in between. You do not have to have a story, okay, in your comment on the AKA's page that looks something like this, okay. You do not have to have a sensational story that will represent something like this, because I don't either, okay. And I'm probably more excited about kratom than any of you guys. I've never had a personal story like this, but I'll tell you something that is personal to me is I've gotten kratom out. I have bought my own supply of kratom for me, for my own use. And over the past couple of years since I've known about kratom, I don't want to just make numbers up, because you guys know me. I'm not making this up. I have shown and introduced kratom to a fairly large amount of people. Okay, I never started my own blog. I've never sold even any kratom. Okay, I have just introduced kratom to easily over 20 people. Okay, most of the time this is in social settings. Maybe I'm going to a party or something. Okay, and I've got a bunch of close friends over there. A lot of guy friends that might have some anxiety, and I think this is something that can benefit them in all capacities, in their life. But for me, the best time to see if kratom can have a benefit in your life is to test that out in a social setting, right? Okay. And pretty much every great friend I've ever had in my life, okay, in the last 2 years, I have introduced kratom to them, and I've seen positive effects every single time. I've never seen any of my friends or any friends of my friends try kratom and end up worse off than they were to begin with. Period. There's only been one person I've ever given kratom to that had a background of poor history with drugs, poor abuse. They've been to Alcoholics Anonymous. They've been to Narcotics Anonymous. They've had a past riddled with drugs, and they found out about kratom. It was somebody I worked with, okay, and I introduced kratom to them, and they took it and ran with it, okay. I don't talk to this individual at this point in time, and I haven't in a while. But from what I know is she knows people in those groups, and she had introduced kratom to them in a very responsible way. But that being said, the biggest thing for me concerning kratom and why I feel motivated and obligated to put a comment in and actually take some action with this is because I've introduced kratom to others. This is not just me. I've seen kratom benefit other people, and none of the stories are super sensational. But at the end of the day, kratom is a natural herb. Okay, nobody should be able to take that away, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. So what this is right now, like why this matters that you're watching this video, is this is a good-looking loser movement. Okay, at this point in time, if you are seeing this video through Good Looking Loser, this is a motherfucking movement. Okay, Chris has asked us all to do him a favor. Okay, whether you've tried kratom before, whether you know anything about it, all you need to know is that this is a great cause. Okay, if your mom and dad, said that they were, you need to go vote on something or go buy something because they believe in it, do you have to know every single, minute detail about something for you to support it? Maybe you do. Maybe you're that type of person. But at this point in time, we don't have the time. There's 48 hours left. December 1st is the deadline to put a comment in. And we just simply don't have the time. You don't have the time to go and research everything about kratom. You need to trust me. You need to trust, more importantly, Chris. Okay? You need to trust that this is something you need to do, and it's not going to take you any time at all. 60 seconds, literally 60 seconds to put in a comment. And once again, it does not have to be a sensational story. Okay? Mine isn't a sensational story, but don't lie. If you don't know much about kratom, if you don't have a personal experience with it, just say that you do not support it being prohibited in any way, okay? And you know people who have kratom and they use it responsibility, and it's nothing but a positive on people's lives that you're aware of, okay? Maybe you can come up with something better than that. I don't know. But seriously, this is a movement, guys, and I think there's a certain standard that we should have on everybody here, especially Good Looking Loser, that if you're here, there should be a standard in place that if Chris asks you to do a favor, which never happens, you follow up, okay, period. If you're not the type of person that can follow up on somebody who has offered a lot to your table, brought a lot of value to your life, and you cannot put something back, for them when they ask you to do something, then you're a shitty person. You're not somebody who needs to even be here, Good Looking Loser, period. So put in a comment, okay? You don't even have to, write in this blog post or any other post of Chris that you put in the comment. You don't have to do that. I think you should because it's a way of getting some satisfaction because Chris will ultimately thank you personally if you have put in a comment. But the reality is this. This is the numbers. There are 10,000 comments that have been compiled over the period of time that this comment section has been open, okay? And there happen to be 10,000 roughly 11,000 members, okay, in the AKA Facebook page. Here at Good Looking Loser, we have 12,000 registered members. But the reality is this. There's a lot of people who read the forum and frequent this website that see posts just like this one that are not a registered member. And you guys aren't even going to be able to comment that you put in a comment on the AKA page if you don't register. But you don't have to register. You don't have to tell anybody. This is for your own personal satisfaction. Like, this is a favor that Chris is asking, okay? And I feel terrible that I haven't even gotten involved up until this point. There's only 48 hours left, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing, because maybe there's a lot of other people like me that know about, the positivity of kratom, who haven't stepped in yet, that will step in and will submit a comment. So this video is up to basically 14 minutes, guys. I haven't done anything, as far as videos go in a while, but this was important to me because I know it's important to Chris. Okay, and obviously I do use kratom responsibility as a positive. It does have positive effects on my life. So that as well. That is motivating for me as well. But most importantly, I'm doing this because I know this is important to my man Chris. Period. That's my motivation. You got to find your motivation. I'm not sure what your motivation is, but you need to find it. Literally take you 60 seconds to do something. Put in a comment. That's it. Go on with your night. Go on with your day. I don't know, but do it. Seriously. And write in if you did comment. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see some actual progress. And if people see that other people are putting in comment, especially if a new user sees another new user put in a comment, there's a lot of guys on here who have such strong ties with Chris that they voted right away. They put in the comment right away. It didn't even matter. If Chris asked them to do something, they did it. That's great. What I really want to be seeing is I want to see new users. I want to see users who who have hardly ever even posted on here saying that they put in a comment, you know, and they're actually, you know, part of the community just like everybody else, and they're willing to do something, you know, when something is asked of them. So that's it. If you guys got any questions about anything, let me know. We're up to 15 minutes. I do this on every video, I think. This is Gll Kratom. Okay, I'm Gll Kratom. And I'm very happy to have made this video. I'm very happy to have made my comments. You got 48 hours left, guys. Put your comment in.